Welcome to the Defiant Podcast. We're your shortcut to understanding what's really moving the DeFi, entertainment, and sports worlds.
And we're brought to you by Defiant, the on-chain lifestyle sports brand.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into some major developments. We'll break down what they actually mean for you.
Yeah, we've got some really interesting sources lined up. The goal, as always, is to cut through the noise.
Exactly. Let's kick things off with the crypto space, specifically what's happening with AI agents. Feels like they're making a comeback.
Absolutely. That's definitely what's grabbing headlines right now. There's renewed energy, for sure.
Okay, so let's get into this AI resurgence. Sources show the crypto AI agent sector jumped, almost 11% in just 24 hours?
Yeah, 10.9%. And Virtual's protocol, that token surged nearly 17%.
Wow. So it really does feel like investors are, circling back to AI in crypto after maybe some earlier volatility.
I think that's right. And what's interesting this time around is, the conversation feels a bit more grown-up, maybe?
How so?
Well, the initial hype was kind of broad, right? Just
Right.
AI crypto. Now it seems like investors are really looking for actual utility, tangible stuff.
Okay.
Like with Virtual, they addressed some earlier issues, activity picked up, and the market seems to be rewarding that. It's about seeing working tech.
Right. Not just the idea anymore. You got to show the receipts, so to speak.
Exactly.
And speaking of showing something works, Mind of Pepe seems like a prime example. Their pre-sale pulled in $8.5 million.
Which is pretty significant, yeah. And they're about to launch their actual AI trading agent, I think, May 10th.
That's soon. Okay. So this really underlines that demand for AI that does something.
Precisely. They're not just promising, they're delivering a specific tool.
Yeah.
Their agent is designed to scan the market using lots of different signals.
Like what kind of signals?
Things like social media buzz, sentiment, also on-chain activity, tracking actual crypto movements, DX activity, market fundamentals.
Yeah.
The whole picture.
Trying to spot trading opportunities by looking everywhere.
That's the idea. And that comprehensive approach, probably a big reason for that pre-sale success.
And it's not just small investors, right? We're hearing about smart money getting involved.
These larger, more experienced players. Yeah. There was one buy-in mentioned, about 33 million Mind tokens, roughly $125,000.
That's a decent chunk of change. That kind of early buy-in usually signals some real confidence, doesn't it?
It often does, yeah. It suggests they see real potential in the tech and the team. It's a calculated move based on expected utility.
Plus, they're giving pre-sale holders early access to insights. That's a nice perk.
It adds tangible value right away for those early backers, giving them a potential first-mover advantage.
So, okay, Mind of Pepe is one example, Virtual is another, but this AI trend seems broader. Sources say multiple AI token categories are up over 40% recently.
Yeah, in the past week. And that lines up with Bitcoin recovering a bit, too.
Right, correlation there. We saw Virtual up 123%, Eliza OS's AI16Z up almost 90%. Huge gains.
And the total AI market cap is getting close to, $26 billion, according to CoinGecko.
That's massive. And the AI agent subsector specifically has doubled its market cap in just 3 weeks.
Doubled to over $9 billion. That really highlights how intense this renewed focus is.
And it's lifting related projects too, like Bit&Soar and Near Protocol.
Yeah, blockchains with AI connections are seeing gains as well.
Yeah.
It suggests this isn't just isolated token hype, it's broader confidence in the intersection of AI and blockchain.
We're also seeing moves to make things maybe fairer. Virtual's protocol's Genesis launch mechanism. What's that about?
As I understand it, it's basically a way they designed to distribute their agent tokens more equitably, trying to avoid, just whales grabbing everything instantly.
Okay, that makes sense. And the venture capital money is still flowing in, too.
Seems like it. Paradigm just invested in newest research, for example. So the big investors are still very much interested in this space.
So putting it all together, working products, big investments, attempts at fairer launches, feels like the AI crypto sector is maybe maturing a bit, learning lessons.
It definitely seems that way. It suggests a move towards, hopefully, more sustainable growth compared to maybe earlier cycles.
Okay, let's switch gears slightly but stay in crypto. Ronin Network, known mostly for gaming, right? Axie Infinity.
That's the one. They're a big hit.
Well, now they're pushing into DeFi, decentralized finance. They've got this Blitz campaign letting users earn yield.
And it seems to be catching on. They've apparently got over $8 million already locked in their liquidity and lending pools.
So what's the big deal about a gaming network getting into finance stuff?
Well, I think it shows how these blockchain networks can evolve. They don't have to stick to just one thing.
Right.
By adding DeFi features, Ronin can potentially attract A whole different group of users, people interested in yield, not just gaming. It broadens their appeal.
Makes the whole network potentially more robust, more sustainable long term.
Exactly. Diversification can be a really smart move for them.
Interesting. Okay, now for a completely different angle, the intersection of crypto and U.S. politics, specifically the Trump administration's first 100 days or so.
Yeah, there's been quite a bit of action reported on that front.
Sources mention establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve from seized assets. That sounds, well, significant.
It does. Although, interestingly, Bitcoin's price has actually dropped over 10% since the inauguration.
Huh. So not a straightforward positive impact then. What else?
The administration reportedly dropped lawsuits against some major crypto firms, and they've expressed support for federal regulation.
Okay, regulation support can be seen both ways, I suppose. Depends on the regulation.
True. There was also the pardon for Ross Ulbricht, founder of Silk Road.
Right. And an executive order trying to block U.S. agencies from launching CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and protecting crypto miners.
Plus, signing a law that overturns an IRS rule about crypto brokers.
And the new SEC chair, Paul Atkins, is generally seen as more crypto-friendly.
That's the perception, yes. Expected to potentially reduce federal oversight a bit.
So that's a lot of different moves. What's the main takeaway for the crypto world here? Is it good news, bad news?
It's complex, isn't it? On one hand, you have actions like the reserve and trying to ease some regulatory burdens, which sounds potentially positive for the industry.
Right.
But the market reaction, like that Bitcoin price dip, shows that these actions alone aren't necessarily enough to boost confidence right now. Broader market forces are still dominant.
So the administration seems proactive, maybe signaling a friendlier stance, but the market's still waiting for something more concrete. Or maybe just dealing with other pressures.
Something like that, yeah. The market seems to be looking for clearer, more sustained positive signals before translating this regulatory environment into price games.
Got it. And sticking with Trump-related news, there's talk about Truth Social, Trump Media's platform.
Right, they're apparently exploring launching their own crypto token and a digital wallet.
Tied initially to their streaming service, Truth Plus.
Yeah, that seems to be the plan, but potentially usable later across their whole Truth ecosphere, including the main social platform and something called Truth.fi.
Truth.fi, what's that?
It aims to offer America First themed financial products. Even things like crypto ETFs are mentioned.
Interesting. And Trump Media itself might invest up to $250 million in Bitcoin and other crypto?
That's also part of the report, yeah, a potentially significant allocation.
Okay, so they're looking to integrate crypto pretty deeply. How did the market react to this news, specifically the Trump-related meme coins?
Well, that's the twist. President Trump's Solana meme coin, Trump, actually fell after this announcement.
Oh!
Yeah, and First Lady Melania Trump's meme coin also saw a price drop.
Huh. So the company exploring actual utility tokens and investment sees its related meme coins go down. What does that tell us?
It really highlights that increasing blend of social media, entertainment, and digital assets. It's a potential new way for platforms like Truth Social to engage users, maybe build loyalty, facilitate payments.
But the meme coin reaction is weird.
It could suggest the market is differentiating, maybe. Meme coins are often pure speculation and hype.
Right.
Whereas a utility token tied to a business, even one like Truth Social, might be viewed differently, perhaps with more focus on its actual use case, even if still speculative.
So maybe the market sees the company news as one thing and the separate meme coins as another, and the company news didn't necessarily boost the meme coins.
That could be one interpretation, yeah. And the fact that Trump Media is considering a serious investment in crypto signals, they're genuinely looking to incorporate it into their strategy.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, a lot happening. What does this mean for you, the listener?
Well, that AI resurgence, it seems less about just hype this time, more about real tech starting to work, which could genuinely change how people trade or interact with crypto.
Yeah, utility seems key now. And the regulatory stuff in the U.S. under the current administration, it's definitely shifting. Creates things to watch, potential opportunities, maybe some uncertainties too.
Absolutely. And that merging of social media platforms and crypto keeps throwing up new possibilities, new ways these ecosystems might work.
Definitely. So that's been our deep dive into the latest from DeFi for the Defiant podcast. We'll be back next time, hitting the top stories in entertainment and sports.
For Defiant, keep exploring that on-chain world. Stay curious.
Yeah. What stood out to you from everything we covered? What questions pop into your head? Keep digging into it.
And we'll catch you on the next deep dive.